So maybe it makes it easier. I don't know. Did you find it easier between the directing version or portion versus the acting portion? Did you find those two worlds kind of mixing well together, or did you have to kind of separate your mind on both of them?
I definitely had to separate my mind often. It was like I just remember the very first day, like we were doing our shoot at the table. We were having our pre-shift meeting. It's at the beginning of the script, and I'm trying to like I'm watching, I'm listening to everyone. I'm like, okay, that was off. Like your reaction's wrong. Like I need more here. And then it's my turn to talk, and I'm like late because my mind is completely somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then me and Rushi talked about it. That was our DP, and he was like, we need to film you last because during the first 1, 2, 3, 4, that's when you can start thinking and like giving your critiques and doing your mind thinking. But when it's your time to act, like you have to get out of that director mode. So having to get out of the director mode while also like making sure that people are where they need to be and like doing what they need to do, that was challenging. But as long as I was able to separate the two, I felt fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was interesting.
I love just acting. Like if hired on a movie and all I have to do is perform, I love it because I'm sitting, because normally like on these movies I was writing, directing, producing, editing, doing special effects and music, so you're just like constantly scanning everything, making sure everything's going okay, worrying about people's schedules and the budget and the story. But if you're there to act, it's just like you're so fine-tuned into worrying about only one thing.
Yeah.
And that things can be going wrong all around you, or things can be behind schedule, and you're just like, this is great.
That's what it was on In Harms for you, wasn't it?
Yes.
So I was telling him last time, I've known him for almost 15 years now, and I've worked with him on everything. I'll always work with him on everything. No, not his project, but like for my projects. And then I've worked on some of his projects as well. But we both were involved in kind of a mutual friends production. That would have been 2011, 2012 too, right? I think was when we did that.
Yeah.
And he was strictly an actor on that one. Like up until then, he had done like directing and writing, and also done like Alfred Hitchcock. He would throw like a little bit part in there for himself. And this one, he just did acting. And I gotta tell you, watching him go from being a director to being just an actor is awesome. Like he's a wonderful, wonderful person to act or to watch when he's just acting. Because they usually give him like a fun quirk or identity to kind of fill in, and he always does it really well. So it's fun to kind of
thank you.
It's fun to kind of watch him do just strictly acting.
Yeah.
I like being an editor that's performing because you know what bits and pieces are going to be in play, and if you kind of have trust in the person that's editing that project, you can give a lot of big performances and expose yourself and be embarrassed. I think a lot of people are sensitive about that. If you don't have the right editor, you don't want all those wrong moments put in. But I like to just do like something different on every take so that the editor has all these different options.
Now here's a big question. Would you repeat the experience, or do you just strictly want to be a director now?
I think about that all the time, and I'm like, let's say like tomorrow I sold the show and I had to choose between like getting a Jen or like playing Jen, and like I don't know, like I think that was the first time I ever acted, and I think it was fun. Like acting's fun, like it was cool, but I've kind of have like a blurred vision of what it is because I've only acted and directed it simultaneously. So I don't know if acting by itself would be like enough for me, if directing by itself, like I don't know.
Yeah, what if tomorrow they come up and they say, we like the show, we want to buy it, but only if you play Jen. For the first, like, we'll buy 8 episodes, but you have to be Jen.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll only buy it if you're Jen.
I mean, I would do what I have to do, but I just don't know if it's necessarily, I mean, I would have to do some reflecting.
Yeah, it's a weird world to navigate now.
Yeah, and I also think that another reason why I wanted to play Jen, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Issa Rae and Insecure, but she's a director and she's an actor and she acts in that show, and like it's her show. Like she wrote it, she created it based off her experiences, and people know it's her show because she's in it. So I feel like a lot of times when you are behind the scenes, you don't really get credit or like a face of what your product could be. So if it were to, go to series and I didn't act, and I feel like a lot of times you're like little corner, and it's kind of like, this is mine. I want my name on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want my face on it with my name.
Yeah.
You're a beautiful
So-
woman. Of course they'll get your face on it.
Maybe.
You can play every character.
There you
It'll
go.
be like
Yes.
Nutty Professor. Yeah. Just put your face
We'll just
on
get
every
some
character.
prosthetics for each different character for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
You'll just be in the makeup chair for 12 hours a day.